Know how untrue all the nice things that Gina said about me are. Asked to bring work about oaths and promises, which is pretty cool because it's pieces that I don't usually read for whatever reason. So this is called Looking for You. It started that night when you asked, would you love me if I got my hair cut? I said, you're beautiful no matter what. And you smiled. You always had a beautiful smile. You went to sleep in my arms and the next day came back with a very fashionable, though extreme, haircut. And you said, do you still love me? And I said, of course I do. You looked beautiful and you smiled your beautiful smile, only a little smaller, and you asked, would you love me if I was bald? And I said, of course. Bald is something time does to men, and bald is how nature begins babies, and we're all bald under our hair. And anyway, you're beautiful, and I love you. And you smiled your beautiful smile and fell asleep in my arms. The next night, as I licked your beautiful naked head, you asked, would you love me if I had no ears? And I said, of course, ears are only good for hanging earrings on and holding glasses up unless they're a joke, and I made my fingers into bunny ears and you hopped sideways in the bed. I told you what's important is inside, and your smile turned up like a hook with something caught on the end of it. Your smile sharpened like a key into a knife. You smiled in your sleep all night long, and it was still a beautiful smile. Thankfully, you still had ears when you came home the next day. But that was the day you began taking parts of you away anyway. You took me seriously about the importance of the inside, and you took them away, the insides. Our jokes went first. I made my bunny ears, and you didn't hop. Then our memories, I'd remind you of our jokes, and you'd smile your beautiful smile and just say, oh, I don't remember. Then your habits, your hours, your appearance, your clothing. Finally, you changed your address, smiling your beautiful smile. I put my bunny ear fingers behind my head, told you I love you no matter what. Remember, it's what is on the inside that counts. You said, what insides? I don't remember. Then you walked out. Since everything changed but your smile, I go looking for your smile every night on other faces with other names, whispering what was your name into what I hope is your mouth. I pry my fingers into mouth after mouth, body after body, whispering, are you in there? I find glimpses of you here and there, shards of your smile, and I kiss all of them, love all of them. I collect them up like small broken things, waiting to gather them all together and bring you back. I hold these fragments close to me every night, and I whisper to them, I remember, and I'll always love you, no matter what. Eileen Renault's first female serial killer, I kind of have an obsession with letters and found text anyway, but you should all come to the release party Thursday at El Rio at 6 anyway, because it's going to be really good. Lots of curated readings and a band. But before I started working on that, I would steal a lot of people's texts like a magpie. And so this is from a note actually, that Shanda Scherer, age 12, wrote to her girlfriend, Amanda Heverin, age 14. There are girls who aren't necessarily named by name, Lori Tackett, Toni Lawrence, Hope Rippey, but they're kind of important when girls will refer to them, and Melinda Lovelace, age 16. I love you. I love you, and I love the way you don't take the crinkly edges off of the notes you pass me. I love your sloppy handwriting. I love the way you look in your uniform on the field and the way you smell of sweat after your game. I love you so much, and I loved you last night, and I want more, and two, and always. Will you accept my ring if I give it to you? I want you to accept my ring, and I want you to love me back. I love you so much, even the girl you used to go out with knows. The girl you used to go out with, Melinda, she still writes you love notes. Melinda knows, and she wants to swing by my house late at night. Can I have something to remember you by? Because you make me feel like the whole world is singing. I loved you last night, and I want more and two and always. I know sex isn't love, but I like when we're like that together. Is it my fault I want it all the time? I know the difference between sex and love. The girl you used to go out with knows I love you and you love me. She'll swing by my house late at night in a car full of friends, and she'll be hiding in the back seat, and one of them will come to the door and tell me, you want to see me. So I'll get in the car because she says she's taking me to you. It'll be late at night after my parents are asleep, and everything that happens is because I love you and you love me. So I'll get in the car because I love you, and the girls in the car say they'll bring me to you. The girls in the car will ask me about what's going on with you and I, and because I love you, I'll tell them most of the truth. That we've been going out for a while, and I really care about you, and I want to give you my ring to remember me by, that I want more, and two, and always. Is that what you want with me too? More, and two, and always? If that's the case, what are you doing with Melinda? Don't you love me? Because I love you, the girl you used to love will pop out from under a blanket, and she'll have a knife in her hand, and she'll yell surprise, and by then the car will be backing away from my house and towards the castle because I love you, and because I love you, she'll hit me when we get to the castle because she loves you and you still might love her, and because I love you, that girl, Melinda, will make me take all my clothes off. I'll strip naked asking for you, your name on my lips over and over. They'll take my jewelry, and Melinda, who loves you, will put my rings and my watch on her own hands and wrists. When they beat me and my hands, I'll be thinking of you. I'll sob that I won't see you anymore. I'll promise, and I mean it too, since I just want to live. But they'll know I still love you, and they'll know you love me, so they'll punch me in the mouth, and my braces will cut the inside of my mouth and bleed down my front. My head will sting and throb, and there will be blood everywhere, and my ears will pound and ring like the whole world is singing. I'll barely be able to breathe because I love you and you love me. Because I love you and you love me, there's more. The knife which is too dull to cut through my throat, even with the pressure of Melinda's foot on it. There's the rope and another knife, the tire iron, Windex and open wounds, getting fucked up the ass with the tire iron because I love you and you love me. There's my mother's engraved ring that they don't take. There's the car trunk soaked in blood, and the car trunk hood smashed on my head in gasoline. There's my last word, which might have been my first. Mommy. Over and over. There's dental records and hunters. There's 4 girls going to McDonald's for breakfast, joking about who that sausage looks like because I loved you and you. I want you to feel like I do. Because I love you, I want more, and two, and always. Because you love me, can I have something to remember you by? I want what we had last night. If you want, will you accept my ring if I give it to you? Because you make me feel like the whole world is singing. And that's what little girls do for fun in the Midwest these days. You have one new message sent today at 12:43 a.m. Oh, I guess that was beep. Okay, listen, I just found your number on a scrap of paper on the floor, in my wallet, in the phone book, on the bathroom wall. Okay, look, I'm actually just dialing numbers at random. But listen, I'm just wondering who you are, how you've been, what you've been up to, if you're lonely, and why. Does just the thought of you make my lips and tongue triple in size and make me hold the phone receiver like it's some part of you? And was that you, in my dream, on the bus, on the radio, in the bank, across the room, in my pants last night? Hello? Are you there? I'm calling from Chicago, Dallas, New York, Fayetteville, San Francisco, Minneapolis. Sometimes you seem so close, and I keep missing you. I miss you, and I just called tonight because I realized I never told you. I'm dying. I mean, we all are, right? But I'm really scared to die. Alone. And I was wondering if you might be too. I'm scared of the dark, and I thought maybe if you were too, we could sit in the dark together and not die yet. And maybe not be so scared. Okay, well, I should go. Anyway, I think of you every day, and I really hope everything's going well. And okay, give me a call soon. Just pick up the phone and dial. I'll be there. The great part of oaths is breaking them over and over and over. Unlike promises, which is, not something you want to do. And thanks for letting me be here. This is lovely. It's called Sentenced. It has been done and done and done to death. Sick of the suicides, sure, and nature's been done to death. And, is there anything more ever to be said about geese? Ever? And please, please, no more poems about poems. The only thing worse than poems about poems are poems about love. I've committed my share. I've done my time, but listen, love always loses. Inevitably, poems outlive the love. So maybe the answer is to stick with poems, but not poems about suicide or geese, and especially not poems about love. I admit, I have a record. In the past, there was a time when I committed love poems, but no more. I have paid my debt to society and come back rehabilitated. No more love poems. You came too late, my lover. I'm sorry you took so long to come. But you're here just in time for global warming poems, or meet shall inherit poems, postmodern conundrum, birdcage, and perverse poems, reader reception poems, but no more love poems. There are no more the first time you looked at me poems, never a walking down, a do not pass go, do not collect my lover's eyes, or even all my lover's eyes. Do not compare thee to a Mission Street walk, smarting a shove shoulder into yours, not a single Motown unit morning, not a singing in the shower, sweet morning sting of peppermint soap over our bodies, never that first moment you looked at me, peeked back over your shoulder, leaning over your motorcycle, that look, smirk, that smile, wanted to fuck that smile right off your face, put it back. Never a poem, never white briefs, not a tumble damp poem of no use crying over damp, tumble dry, bright white sheets, no use crying over spilled ink, but now look what you've gone and done. It's committed to print. I guess you'll have to stay.